signed to Joe and Sam by him back in the day. So that's pretty cool. And then there's some other stuff, but obviously you see our man Curtis up there. Those three gentlemen were my cousins, Johnny, Richard, and Jimmy, and they all fought amateur. Their dad, his name was Buddy, and he won the first Golden Gloves here in Dallas. That's
the very first one?
The very first one. My granddad helped start the Golden Gloves here. And then that is where I used to work here. So the top picture was in the morning news right before the Golden Gloves one year. And that was down at Pikes Park. And then the bottom picture, my dad and all his buddies pumped me with Don King. Funny story with that.
That's you with Don King?
Yeah.
That don't look like you at all.
It was 32 years ago.
Damn.
33, I was about 22, 23 at the time. They brought me out there. Dad was heavily associated with all these guys with the Nevada Commission, etc. Brought me out there, and we were going to a Tyson fight. And they go, hey, we're going to introduce you.
Home of the three-piece combos, Pugilism Company, Reed, BBS, Blackbird Sugar. Here with the man I've known since the early aughts, the early 00s. Referee and friend, Laurence Cole. How you doing, Laurence?
I'm well. Great to see y'all. And thanks for having me. I really appreciate it.
Son of longtime commissioner of boxing in the state of Texas, Dickie Cole. Just real quick, I've always wanted to ask you, have you ever reminded your father, like, hey, Pops, your name is actually Richard, right? You don't have to go by Dickie necessarily.
Well, when he was a little boy, he was named Dickie Boy. and my aunt name was Joan, and she was Johnny Girl. So it was Johnny Girl and Dickie Boy, and Dad's gone by Dickie. And then I have a brother named Richard, and I'm glad he never went by Dick, because it would be Big Dick and Little Dick.
I'm just playing, man. Number love for Uncle Dickie, as we call him in the Texas boxing community. And if you're listening, Uncle Dickie, hey baby, how you doing? I want to start with the big fight, Saturday the 16th. Errol Spence versus Mikey Garcia. Your thoughts on that fight?
Should be an excellent fight. I mean, both really talented.
Tiramisu or anything? Cheesecake, chocolate cake?
I'm good.
We're good.
Okay.
Good right now. Thank
If
you.
you don't need anything, just let me know.
Okay. No, go ahead.
Yeah,
Great. Should be a great fight. You know what I really enjoy about both those fighters are both incredibly disciplined, incredible athletes. They're physically and mentally going to be really, really sharp. The neat thing about their trainers, you got to go back a layer. If you go back to Derek James and Robert Garcia, is how they manage a fight and how they look at a fight. So a lot of trainers don't make an adjustment during a fight. They said, this is what we came in here with, this is what we're going to leave with. We got one strategy. The nice thing about Derek and Robert, if things aren't going their way, they're going to counter that strategy. And so that's going to be the interesting part of that fight, is how it develops, is who's dictating what, how it gets countered, and 10-1, if that counter is producing, then the other fighter's going to counter. And that's what's going to make this a really interesting fight.
Have you worked bouts for either or both fighters?
Both fighters. I've worked two. Mikey fought here in Dallas, and with a Bud Crawford card, and I did one with Lopez. And then he also fought down in San Antonio, Lipinet.
Lipinet.
Yeah,
yes,
I worked his last fight, and then I've worked. I've obviously known Errol forever because he grew up here. I've worked his pro fight at the Bomb Factory, which I want to say his name was Barbosa, maybe.
I know he was
knocked
trained
him out.
by he was trained by Nacho Bernstein.
Yeah, right.
You know that.
Right.
Forget his name.
He broke his jaw in about the 6th round. Cracked him pretty good, and then I worked that last fight at the Star, which didn't turn out so well. It was a great fight. It was a great event. The fight didn't turn out too well. A great body shot in the probably 250 of the first round.
Against Ocampo, right,
Yeah.
right. So do you have a prediction on Spence, Mikey?
No, I hope it lives up to the hype. And pardon me. In this position, you really don't have you don't have a joy, you don't have a wish. You want it to live up to the hype, where everybody walks away and go, "Damn, that was a hell of a fight," and where it doesn't damage a loss doesn't damage either fighter. Both, because it's the first time anybody's walking out with a loss. So you want it to be perceived going, that was such a good fight, we want to see it again. And you think about those trilogies like Barrera Morales, Morales Pacquiao, Barrera Pacquiao, Juan Manuel Marquez. Those losses, whoever lost that fight is the one that learned the most and came back and won the second fight. So those are the things that are going to be interesting to see how it plays out after the fight.
Real good point, real good point. So as a referee, describe the difference in prepping for a fight of the magnitude of Spence Mikey versus a regular run-of-the-mill non-title or club show, non-title fight or club show fight.
Mentally, you just have to be prepared to be mentally strong because of the way the reactions are from the corners and a little bit, not much of the press, but the corners, the people surrounding the corners. So you set the stage by going in and giving the rules meeting. You be very strong and determined on how I'm going to call the fight. This is what I'm going to do. This is how it's going to work. When you hear this command, I want you to do this, and I want you to obey my commands. I'm not going to beat you up. I'm not going to bully you. I'm going to ask you to obey my commands. It doesn't look real good if I go in there and I'm real physical with a fighter. You want to be more laissez-faire, and you want to be out of the action. No one came to watch anybody referee a fight. So you want to be out of the action to let the action play out and just react to when you need to be there. The second thing is you got when it's a world title fight, you give a lot more leeway to the fighters into the sense. So you understand that they're trying to work a little bit more than working a 4-round fight. And you do the same aspect in reference to a fighter who's been damaged. So if a fighter's been hurt by a strong right hand or a hook, you kind of let him have the benefit of the doubt that he's going to recover because he's been in that position before. 4-round fighter might have no idea what to do, how to react, how to hold, how to protect himself, how to just survive that period of time where he can get his legs underneath him. These guys do. They've been in this situation. I don't know if either one of them have been hurt, but they've all been hit pretty hard to be in this position in the sport. So they know how to react to adversity.
He looks serious, like he ain't playing no game.
He's a bad boy.
Yeah, let me get the one in the bathroom.
I make some money off him.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, what? And he goes, yeah. We go. He goes, Bobby, go ahead and sign him up.
You ready to fight tonight,
like,
son? It's right over there, right here.
Then you'll really get some laugh. So those are my. There's Jackie Woodruff. Jackie Woodruff is my dad's best man, and he won a couple. He actually went to North Texas on his boxing scholarship and won he won a couple of Golden Gloves titles. So then the cousins, Johnny and Richard Cole, they fought amateur Olympic trials, and then after they served their time in Vietnam, they special services. That's Dad. That's my dad.
Uncle Dickie.
Old Dickie Cole.
Yeah.
Uncle Dickie.
So, and then this is where the guys going to state, Dallas Regional Golden Gloves back in the, it had to be 51, 52, but that's Dad, and Pat O'Reilly, Jackie Woodruff. So look what Jackie looked like. He looked like he could tear some ass.
They
Buddy
Thurman. Lined
Thurman.
up by weight class.
Yeah. And there's another picture of Dad. That's how skinny he was.
Wow.
Yeah.
At his height, he was big for a flyweight.
Yeah.
He was a huge flyweight.
Which one was it?
He said standing up.
Yeah.
Right there. Yeah. Wow. History. Man.